don't get the point. I understand the government will have to do a lot of things and all that, but then my point is
still prioritize it.
That's it. If you cannot have the infrastructure in place, you don't expect a private sector to come in and build a stadium for you, for instance. It's going to be difficult. Would they even give them the land and stuff like that? What I'm saying is, if you have the structure on ground, it's easy.
Then they will come. Okay.
You know, I'll still go back to the NESG, where you have a show, Diko, you know, actually outline a whole lot of 3 basic things they need to do. Have the policy in place, have the infrastructure in place, have the sports trust funds. Then, when you have this thing, it's just going to be like magic. Entertainment industry is benefiting from that.
All of that.
If you don't have that, how are you going to let it grow?
Yeah,
let's listen to Fatah talking about the fact that private sector will have to come in to help develop sport in Nigeria.
Premiership footballing in Nigeria has not gotten the desired level of support in terms of private sector involvement. And this is one area we require to take very seriously, because it's becoming evident that dependence on government solely for its source of sustenance and moving to a desired level is becoming more difficult. And we've seen what is done across the other parts of the world, how it has become not only a platform for driving youth development, it has also become a platform for investment.
Well, that's it. A lot has been said. I guess we just move forward from that point. The government do its part, you know, and the private sector as well come in. And I mean, a lot of money that could be used. And sports is not philanthropy. Sports is business. We should change that mindset that you're just helping somebody, you are keeping them up. Is an investment. That's the mindset we have in this part of the world. It's a mindset. If you put 10 million into a sports venture, be sure you're going to get your money back.
That's it.
It's guaranteed. I mean, sensibly, though. Yeah. Not throwing money at people.
Yeah, we
sensibly. Demand that people are accountable and, you know, put the money in the right. I mean, you're going to... If I'm a state governor and a club comes, I say, no problem, I'll give you money. Just be ready to account for whatever I give you. They will run away.
Yeah.
I'm very sure. 60% will run away.
They will run away.
The moment the governor says, I'll give you money, but just, you have to show me your books. If I see on paper that you are selling one player to one club, the club that have been putting money into should benefit from that. So all of those things, when we begin to demand accountability on both sides, I think things will move forward. Yeah. All right, let's go now and talk about football on the continent. Nigeria are not there. A couple of Nigerian players scattered over the continent playing for 1 or 2 different clubs. That's not our focus this morning, just the results. Let's quickly bring it to you. CAF Confederation Cup results. Let's talk about that. It's no longer news that TP Mazembe and SuperSport will be playing in the final of the CAF Confederation Cup. I mean, what a ride for SuperSport. When they played that draw at home, Cecilia, we thought, okay, this guy's, it's
when
over.
When they went to Club African.
What a way. I mean, you were surprised, and I am too. That's the result there, a way to Club African. But they did the job, 3-1. Yeah,
they went to North Africa. You know, we keep saying that it's difficult when you go to the North and all that. But, you know, should we? Okay, let's not compare. Now, what SuperSport have been able to do over time in their own league is the fact, or rather what the PSL have been able to do is that consistency, you know, being able to market the club very well. That is reflecting on the players. There's no disruption of league and all that. So it's smooth. There's a smooth run. So at the end of the day, you're having these leagues, these clubs always busy. So you don't have the necessary breaks and all that. No, that has actually paid off over time, being able to harmonize their league with other leagues and all. And for SuperSport to have been able to do this, going to Club Africa in Tunisia and winning 3-1. I mean, even the home crowd, they were shocked at the final result.
Why would you be shocked?
This is not what they expected. They felt, okay, we went and got a draw. So, coming here, they felt they can be able to get something, but it just wasn't to be. And for it to be 4-2 on aggregates and all that, they're like, okay, how did this really, how did they get here?
Yeah, this is the game. And of course, let's also tell TP Mazembe that they've won the title so many times. They also are in the final. They were able to play a draw with FUS Rabat in Morocco. And of course, they won 1-0 on aggregate because they've won the first leg earlier. So congratulations to the 2 teams that will play in the final, SuperSports United and TP Mazembe. Let's quickly talk about the CAF Champions League. And of course, when you talk about the CAF Champions League, always difficult not to mention Al Ahly. They did the job, got the job done against the 12 du Sahel. They were rampant in the 6-2. Put those goals past their Tunisian opponents, and they qualified 7-3 on aggregate. So Al Ahly in the final. And of course, with that, Casablanca took on USM Alger. They won that game 3-1. And of course, same scoreline for the aggregate because the first leg ended goalless. So you also have it, Al Ahly taking on with that Casablanca in the final of the CAF Champions League. So that's how it's going to be. Al Ahly 7-3 qualified on aggregate. I mean, no surprises for me. Even when they had problems, even when Al Ahly had problems, they still did well on the continent. So and even when they pushed them down one way or the other to the CAF Confederations Cup, they still did well. They're back in the Champions League. They're doing well. That's putting the structures, the right structures in place.
Yes, that's the way it is. And if you check the way it is now, for the CAF Confederations Cup, okay, it's going to the south. The CAF Champions League to the north. I love the way it's been able to, it's been divided. It seems, okay, in the north you have a better football, and in the south you just have the fair.
Okay. All right, I wanted to ask you something, but I'll say it later. Let's quickly see FIFA Under 17, the results, quarterfinal results. Well, for Africans, it was a bitter period because we had to choose one of our teams. Yeah. Followed Mali and Ghana. The Malians did the job, 2-1 victory over Ghana. United States lost to England. England reaping the dividends, reaping the rewards, I meant to say, of investing in youths. So England doing well at 8 great competitions now, defeating the United States 4-1. Spain and Iran 3-1. The Spaniards, they won that game. Germany, Brazil, football, I mean, wonderful game of football anytime. The Brazilians, they won it. And this is what it looks like in the semi-final. Some of us still following the Malians to see where the Junior Eagles we get to. Mali, we take on Spain. Brazil, we take on England. That's what's going on right there in India, FIFA Under 17 World Cup. All right, let's go on a break now. When we return, Chinazia Bonye will join us, and we will still continue on our trip across the money-spinning world of sports. Join us again.